What's up for Dub Nation? Rich with Let's Go Warriors here again for another, excuse me, just ate dinner with another play-by-play for you. We got them Portland Trailblazers, man. They've caused a lot of problems for us. Can't go 0-4 against them, can we? Hope I didn't just jinx us. But wow, I don't know. Once again, we're here. I just don't know about our squad here. Here's the back screen. Dean Chambers. Instead of two armpits in my background, why don't I switch that to the entire purple background, which is to denote our Discord server, our wonderful Discord server. I hope you'll check it out one day. Let's put that in the pinned comment. Here we go. Free Discord. I got to spend a day and just fix up a lot of stuff. There's our Discord server. Let me get out of this DM that I sent to myself. Latest and greatest out of Chase Center is scrolling all the way down, and also in the free version, it's under previews and recaps. Preview a game, recap a game. It just covers the game. Del Curry is at Chase Center. The Charlotte Hornets play the Lakers tomorrow, so he could come up for a night, no problem. You know, he's the color analyst for the Hornets. Steph, Caitlin Clark, and Natalie Nakase are in the house. And Steve talked about Avdia not being active for Portland tonight. Jeremy Grant is also injured, so they're missing some guys, and that's actually probably not too good news for us, because we always have those letdowns, and we'll just see if our guys can hang in there. The Bucks got destroyed tonight. Let's check. Let's refresh the top score here on NBA.com. Go over a couple days. Wow, they did get destroyed, huh? Go Giannis. I mean, don't opposite. Lose games so you can join the Warriors. 17-23. Wow. They're not even in the play-in. I wanted to do a trade scenario video, another one just to finalize it. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. John Goble, no. Mousa Dagher, no. This is one of the worst crews ever. Yikes, this is not going to be good. John Goble. He's awful. Mousa Dagher's awful. Oh man, this is a bad crew. And then Sterling, don't know anything about him. He's a new guy. Dray liable to get tech. I'm just saying. That's the concern every game. We go over it every time. Let's pull up Trailblazers Warriors. Let's see who they're starting. Oh, we could look on the Discord for that. Let's go back to the Bay Live feed. Check and see if we can find a Portland starting lineup. We're so in the doldrums that Anthony Slater is no longer on the beat for a while. I think he'll be back. By the way, I put up a new article. Go like this. please like. Also like this video, will ya? But anyway, go like that one. This is our free Discord server, by the way. Wow, Quentin post shoots 40. Oh, wow. This is called deer in the headlights. Yeah, that's a good observation by, what's his name? That's actually a really good stat. I'm going to save it and put it in our analytics section, which I should change. I should put, yeah, I could put analytics in as a free one. We've got X's and O's that I moved up here. And yeah, what's a good it's a good math icon? Analytics, previews and recaps, analytics. I can change one of these into the analytics section. Trading cards. We don't do trading cards anymore. We should switch that to kick swag and cards. But yeah, let me put that under the cards section. Let me change this. Hope we don't tip off soon. We change this. Kick swag cards. Save that and change this to analytics. What do we do here? Analytics. Stats. Yeah, let's do that. So I've changed it, obviously, you can see. Because I put as a VIP the X's and O's one, which you could recap the entire game just by going there. So I wanted to put that as a VIP. So I will put that in there. There. So I just put this in here. We just saw this. So there we go. We're about to tip off. So here we go. Quentin post against Donovan Clingan. Quentin got faked out, and then he won the tip. He always wins the tip by tipping it twice. It's kind of interesting, huh? Jimmy with the new hairdo. Moses in the corner. Post up Draymond. Screen by QP. Terrible pass by Draymond. QP comes up with it. It's a broken play, and Jimmy misses a three, and Moody saves it for us. Golly, Draymond. Horrendous. Once again, nearly threw the ball away. Jimmy missed a three. Mo Oreb. Draymond wide open, in and out. That's okay. In and out. And left side, Tumani, air ball. Steph with the touchdown pass to Draymond. Wow, the old man did a touchdown pass. Old man. Way to go, guys. Old man fast break. 2-zip. Sissoko got the start. Oh, and Jimmy got a deflection off of Tumani. Hey, we're playing. Became serious this time. And Moses misses a 3. Three ball Shaedon, missed it. Rebound Jimmy. I think when you go 0-3 against the team, you definitely wake up in the first quarter, even if you're old. Jimmy, hesitation dribble, leaves his feet for no reason. Back to Moses, back to Jimmy. Faces up Donovan, blows by, dunks it. Bye-bye. Good job by Jimmy. But they go 94 feet. Tamani smokes it, though. He smoked it. And it's QP for 3 up top. Missed it. Four zip Warriors, and we go right back from the replay, and Shaedon Sharpe has already beaten his man. So we don't know who got beat on the point of attack, but I could take a wild guess. It wouldn't be a wild guess, though. Up top, Draymond hits a 3. Seven 2 Warriors. Shaedon working, jumper good. Ball bounces away, so it's a slow inbound. Steph has to advance it to Draymond. Draymond left side. And post up Moses against Caleb Love. Over to Steph, over to Dray. Wide open in the middle, over Donovan Clingan. Good. And then we just make sure that is Caleb Love. Yes, it is. I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get on fire against Steph. Shaedon pick and roll up top, shoots a 3, no good. QP, nope, not enough strength against Sissoko. And Love down the lane, smoked it. Steph rebound. Traveled if it was a middle school game, but they don't call it here. Jimmy all the way to the hoop and 1. So a couple smoke layups by Portland has helped us, and Jimmy stays laid on the ground against the stanchion. Hope he's all right. It looks like he's all right. $11-4 early on with a timeout by Tiago Splitter, I believe. So it's GSW. Why can't we do this every game? Come out serious? Really? I mean, we've come out serious. Like, we really mean it. Obviously, we're 0-3 against Portland, so that gives us the motivation, but that's definitely what's happening. So Daniel Barry's in the house. More lanky, athletic dudes. Yep, Tomlin and Harbaugh's out. Carr's next. Bruce. Bruce. Did you delete that or? We're not supposed to be advocating for that, Bruce. Got to delete that. Did I say Caitlin Clark? Whoops, Caitlin Chen. I mean, you know, sometimes you just blurt out something you don't even know what you said. Melly Mel's in the house. Pinky in the house. Oh, what are we gonna do next week? Oh man, what do we do Saturday? We got Niners and Warriors. Niners play-by-play here. Saturday. Oh man. We should do a poll. Is it okay if I mix Warriors and Niners play-by-play together on Saturday? I guess it's just a yes or no, isn't it? Stop paying attention to Twitter. Good for you, man. Good for you. Looking at it as a circus, and not only is it a circus, not only that, but also it's just really hard to predict all these, you know, multi-team trades. But they do have to make sense from a salary cap perspective. But good for you. No, that is a good way to avoid all that crap. Even the stuff that you know, people tweet out that are actually, you know, good observations, some by good journalists, it's good to just plug your ears for all that. Dina Gon's in the house. And Jimmy hits. So we are now up 12-4. And it's up top, Shaedon. Here comes the screen by Tumani. It's a ghost screen. Shaedon drive, kick. And Sissoko back to Sharpe. I'm just call him Cidy. Kick it 2 times. Love. Another kick spray. Oh, nice extra pass by Sharpe. But Cidy airballs it. So it's like their bad 3-point shooting is catching up to them right now. And it's a bad screen by Draymond on the flare to Steph. Stuck his butt out. Silly turnovers. Not needed. In my book, that's 2 turnovers. It's just old. I don't know how else to categorize this. We pinch Sharpe. They go tic-tac-toe. Donovan dunks it. So that, if you're mad about that, blame Stackhouse, because that's didn't work. Didn't work at all. Why do we blitz Sharpe when we got nobody? Draymond throws it away. Just awful. Jimmy will sit because of the short spurt substitutions. Why can't we just avoid the short spurt in the first quarter? I don't understand that. Clingan again to the rim. And he's fouled by Gary. Let me rewatch that. I forgot to turn on the laptop. So hang on while I check that last almost layup by Donovan Clingan. Yeah, that was Clinton Post again on the assignment. Now we got to go man. See that whole, oh man, blitzing Sharpe has, man. And Moody finds Gary. Good move. And then that was a Steph turnover. Just these bad plays, man. Sideline inbounds as Guy came in. And they find Shaedon. Nice find by Donovan on the split cut, and he's fouled. It's always Steph and Draymond. At least we built up a lead. That was a late read by Moses, by the way. Gary did what he could on that one. It bothers me when I see lapses. Rebound Draymond, good on the missed free throw again. 2 missed free throws. 14-11 Warriors. And Steph up top uses his body against Toumani, finds Gary. Doubled by Sharpe. 3-ball Moses. Thank you, Moses. Looks like good Moses showed up. And Moses knocks it off of Shaedon. Mousa says, no, it's not off of you. It's not off of Shaedon. So he went back to get in the backcourt. And they find Cody Williams for an air ball 3. Steph will go one-on-one. Missed the 3. Clingan hounded by Gary. Great steal by Gary. And Guy finds Moses for 3. It's good. So that was key. Gary stealing the Clingan dreb. And Cody attacks, finds Sharpe. Fadeaway 2. It's good. Draymond will bring it up. Pressured from the back. Kick spray. Guy's wide open. Got it. And credit Draymond for that. For pushing the ball. So we've turned it around after like 5 straight bad plays, honestly. Or 4 out of 5, let's call it. Now we've gotten, 3 or 4 in a row. Camara uses Moses down the lane and knocked away by Gary. Gary being a pest. It's off of Toumani. Our ball. Classic Gary. So good Gary showed up as well as good Moses. Al Horford in. And Steph will bring it on Toumani. 2 over to Al. Up top drive. Kick it to Melt. Kick it to Guy. Fake a 3. Probably traveled in middle school. Pivots around. Finds Steph in the corner. Doesn't shoot it. Shoots it. High arc or good. The old chaos play. But Cody goes 94 feet. Al knocks it off of him. Oh, I thought it was off of Cody, but no. Stays here, says Jonathan Sterling. (26-13), as we've done like 5-6 straight plays. Gary gets a steal. What a beautiful behind the back outlet to Steph. Melt kick spray to Guy. Walks into a 3, in and out. That's too bad. Well, Robert Williams came in and posted up Guy Santos with Hansen Yang in there. Yang Hansen, Al had to cover Yang. Defensive 3 seconds, a brain fart on Yang. That's just a rookie mistake. So Steph will shoot the defensive 3 tech. It's good, and we take what, 27-13, I believe it is, 26-15. That we had 26 already. Yep, 27-15. You can see the box score is a little slow tonight. Let's catch up on some comments. Good one, Bruce. Percy's in the house. So is RD Gaming TV. Nice. That's a new one. Oh, Steph nearly threw it away, and Guy will finagle a foul on Robert Williams. Oh, Steph. But I can't be too picky. You're going to have those weird ones by Steph. We got lucky on that one. Sideline inbound, the slob, as Steph will sit with 3:11 left, and he obviously doesn't like it. Podz up top 3. Oh, we got it. Okay. Okay, Podz. And Shaedon pulls up, misses a 2. He's like Shea Prime. Shea and Shea. Jimmy beats Yang to the cup. Kick it back out. Melt for 3. No hesitation. That's good. Cody trying to beat Al. Al disrupts. Oh, Rob Williams with an athletic tip in. We were up 33-15. It's now 33-17. First quarter. Al left wide open. That's a mistake. Oh, he's short. Way off. Too open is what we used to call it. It's too open. 3 ball. Hansen coming up. Oh, he bricked it. Yang. And Podz will bring it up on point against Shaedon. Find Al on the right wing. They switch as Jimmy supplied the pick. Now it's Jimmy and Yang, one-on-one right side. Blow by. Hand off to Guy. Guy smokes a layup. Here they come. Melt's got to hustle back, and he does hustle back, and it's a timeout. I'm rewatching the Melton. Hold on, my laptop's way slow. Try and find the Melton disruption on the Shaedon Sharpe. Yeah, good job by Guy and Shaedon, Melton to disrupt Shaedon trying to push the ball, but I think Tiago either called the timeout right when it happened or right after it went out of bounds. So good hustle. That's definitely part of the game plan. Slow down Shaedon, although the blitz did not work. Obviously, Jerry Stackhouse calling a blitz on Shaedon up top, that made the Blazers go on a run. And so we've not gone with that. I'm sure as a coach, you're thinking, oh, great. If that doesn't work, what's going to happen? But we've adjusted well to, plus Melton's in the game now. So that's some good news. Time to screenshot and do some marketing. And why don't we do a commercial break? Quick commercial break. Commercial break. Let it run. 60 seconds. Here we go. Thanks for your patience. Just let it run for 60 seconds. Actually, I have to set this up. in 10 more seconds. Here's the commercial. Boom. Moses heard the rumblings. Ancient turnovers, I know, huh? All right, I think I'm caught up. Cool. Let's get back to the box score. I don't know if that was 60 seconds or not, but thank you for letting me run a commercial. I don't even know if it's working or not. I need to go look at some analytics, and probably not. I don't think it's working, but it's a good try. Moses heard the rumblings. All right. 33-17 Warriors with Jrue Holiday. Kick it. 3-ball. Caleb Love, no good. And Al couldn't get it. Now it's Jrue against Al. Oh, boy. Jrue calls for a pick, and Rob Williams is like, no, you take it. And Jrue takes it, and he airballs it. So a lot of airballs, thankfully. It caught up to the Blazers, didn't it? 1:23 to go. Quentin post bad screen. Man. Why do he did two things wrong on the screen? Yeah. And the 3-ball by, I think it was Jrue. Al gets it back. 3 right back. $36-20. Jrue gets in the paint, covered by Al again. Backs him out, sizes him up, in and out dribble, alley-oop. Podz fooled. Our defense is not good in the second unit. 36 seconds left. And they find Jimmy. Jimmy spins around Young. Bucket good. Jrue again beats everybody. Are we in zone or what? Jimmy late call. It's a foul on Jimmy against Cidy, but let me rewatch that. Looks like Portland was in zone. So Jimmy scored on the zone. No, we're in man. Rewatch that 2 times. We got a foul. Mountain foul, Caleb Love. Well, on the last bucket by Rob Williams, it was, guess who? Pajemski gambling again. However, it wasn't a terrible gamble because Jrue was going to beat Al. It's just that don't do it again. Like if you get beat on that percentage play again, then you've got to adjust. So keep a lookout for that. If Podz gets beat one more time on a read, you question the reads. So we'll see. Everybody makes a mistake every now and then. I'm particularly nitpicky on this stuff because I demand perfection. I'm like Bobby Knight when it comes to coaching. 5 seconds left. Jimmy up top. It's a take foul by Jrue. They had one to give. The old foul limit and bonus lights. You don't need to do that. Just have the bonus light on or off. I guess if they put bonus on there, it'd be confusing. Ooh, a little double screen sideline action, but Moses couldn't get open and deflected out of bounds. Golly, another example of how slow Moses is, man. And I don't mean to be mean, but he's just slow, man. Pajemski has to take a crazy one. Very unathletic air ball 3 at the buzzer from the corner. It wasn't even a 3. I swear, man. Podz needs to practice the horse shots just to make him look good. And just everything about his tough shots are so unathletic. Like, look, I don't consider myself athletic at all. Or when I played basketball in my prime, you could call it sort of athletic. There's no way Podz is less athletic than me. It's just the way he moves is just not like throw some aesthetics in there, man. Take some ballet lessons, something. Like it's hurting your brand. Judo, whatever. Now, I will say the same thing goes for Moses. And like he's running around looking like Harrison Ford. That's mean. I know it's mean. I think I need an athlete. I need an athlete on the floor, whether it's Jonathan or whoever. I endorse Jeremy Grant despite his bad contract in terms of dollars, but it's just frustrating to watch every single game. Yet with that, we're up 14. Time to do a little bit of marketing. Let's do some marketing. Anybody got a good comment? Brian in house. Oh boy. I'm starting to get tired of the warts. I'll be the first to admit. You go coach some basketball teams and you tell me how long it takes you to start to get a little tired of the warts. That's what the trade deadline's for, right? I think it would be I watched the Danny Emmerman podcast today. He said they were saying it would be an abject failure to not trade Kuminga, and I totally agree. Completely agree with that. It would be an abject failure. You have got to be able to trade JK. There is no excuse. Just do it. I've given you a deal that makes sense. And it doesn't harm your ability to get Giannis. Just go get Jeremy Grant. That's it. Portland doesn't want that contract. Just absorb that contract. We'll deal with it for one more year. It's not like, you know, we had to pay 32 million this year anyway. Plus, we've got too many guys. It doesn't matter that it's a bad contract. Guy wants a challenge because he knocked it off of Camara, but the bench says, nah, let's save it. And Guy goes, okay. I can see why. I mean, we're playing good defense and we're up by a lot, 14. I shouldn't say that, right? The moment I say we're up by a lot, it goes away. Caleb Love says, bye-bye, Gary. Draymond helps. Podz is behind. Repair blocked by Draymond. So great help by Draymond. He saved Podz. Steph to Draymond up top. Wide open. Hits it. So great job by Draymond, helping twice and getting a 3. Robert Williams. Oh, smoked a layup. Jrue Holiday did. They're smoking layups and they're airballing 3s, luckily. They're not feeling it today. We got to take advantage. Here comes Guy. Steph says go the other way. Go to Draymond. So Guy's going to not set a pick. He'll flare out. He'll fake a 3. He'll drive by Rob. Kick it. Gary's 3. No good. Guy jumps. Out of bounds. Nope. Tumani saves it. Good save. Rupert goes left side. Oh, that's your lanky long dude. Lanky long dude bucket alert. Lanky long dude. Guy answers with 3 early. What? Wow, Guy feeling confident. And Rob Williams throws the ball away. Not bad, Guy. I like what I see from Guy. Steph to Dray. Dray, dangerous pass. Turn it over. Wrong team. Just a silly pass, and Steph has to take a foul. Draymond just can't get up for these games. Just can't do it. It gets tiring to repeat that every time we play a team that's not in contention. But that's what happens when you're old. Got any good Thibault hurt? I don't think so. Check the Discord. Gary nearly throws it away, but it's off of Jrue. Just these guys don't know how to just not throw risky passes. Podz over to Gary. Over to Draymond. Back to Steph. Got the pin down. Wide open 3. Missed it. Gary, good pick, but couldn't cash. Clingan looking for the split cut handoff. He got it. Podz is in trailing. Nope. Love backed off. Now it's Clingan, Dray. Kick it. Camara and Guy. Screen Clingan. That's a mean screen. Clingan over Guy. Air ball. Another air ball. Yet another one. Thank you, Portland, for shooting the total opposite of last time we played you. Out to Steph for 3. Probably fouled. Guy can't quite get it. No call. That was Mousa Dagher on the non-call. Jrue loses the ball. They just didn't come to play. I don't know if Jrue just came off an injury or what. Gary, but I'll take it because, you know, we're careless sometimes too. Tic-tac-toe, an extra one, connect 4. Gary fouled. That's a connect 4, guys. We haven't seen that too many times. What was it? Dray to Steph to Guy to Gary. Gary fouled. Yeah. Connect 4. Kind of a dangerous foul, but he's all right. GP hits the free throw. Oh, I forgot to ask. Oh, we'll do that next time out. I've come up with 2 reasonable trades that probably can get away with not spending a draft pick. Cidy over, oh, he fakes the handoff, goes up to DC at the nail, meets Steph and throws it away. Wow, they've had like 3 throwaways, air balls, and smoke layups, 3 apiece, it feels like. TT boob, throw the ball out of bounds. You got a whistle here as they're in full court press. Tiago says, man, I got nothing else for tonight for these guys. Let's just full court press them. Why not? And it's Draymond right hash mark looking for Steph off ball. Couldn't do the action with Melt. Now he goes down, tries to do action with Guy. Up top, Melt, dribble. Bye-bye Camara. 3-ball Gary over Clingan. No good. Bad rebound by Rupert. And Draymond finds Steph on the chaos. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Gary. Melt takes. Scores it. Good job by Melt to attack and keep the defense on their heels. Caleb Love, 3. Missed it. Clingan doing what he can over Draymond, and it's out of bounds. Good job by Dray. 48-28. And we'll take a timeout. Warriors timeout, 48-28. And I don't need to do a commercial. I do need to tweet out. So good news. I guess we'll wait until Bruce wakes up in the morning, and then I'll do the trade scenario stuff. But let me catch that at the end of the timeout. Actually, let me end this poll so that I can show the world that we talk about fun stuff. Thanks for voting. 48-28, 7:55 to go, second quarter. Yeah, not everybody gets the commercial. Sometimes you don't get the commercial. And I can't do commercials all the time. I have to wait like 20 to 30 minutes. But the next poll I want to do is, so we did the Saturday poll. And 62% said yes. I feel like not enough people said yes, but doesn't matter. I think I have no choice. I'm just going to do it. Because I love my Niners. Love, love, love my Niners. Got to send that screenshot over to myself. Here on my Discord, we got multiple uses for Discord, such as saving files between computers. And let's do another poll. Which trade would you do? MPJ plus 2 first rounders. I don't like that because I want to save the first rounders for Giannis in the summer. Jeremy Grant for JK and Moody straight up. No first round picks. And the third one was Gafford and Clay. You could probably do that straight up, but then Need to clear a spot. Gafford plus clay, but clear spot. No first round pick again. I'll bet you guys are going to vote for Clay. Oh, actually, no. It should be a first round pick. My fault. Let me end that poll. That didn't work. Because Sam Quinn, which trade would you do? MPJ and 2 first round picks. Jeremy Grant for JK plus Mo straight. No first rounders. Oh, 3-ball. ATO 3-ball. Or what's the last one? Gafford plus Clay plus first rounder. There. We're in zone, 2-3 zone with the second unit late here, or mid second quarter, or 7:22 to go. Off ball foul, Al Horford. If you let me know, I think I might able to make a trade combo. Oh, cool. What time, dude? Let me know what time, tomorrow or tonight. Oh, we got Duop Wreath is in the game up top. Cidy, it's got the mismatch. Back to Wreath. Melton took a gamble, missed it, although we're kind of in zone, I believe. Jimmy got the rebound, so calculated gamble by Melt, worked out. Al, early 3, no good. He's a little cold today. He's now 1 for 3. I guess that's okay. 1 for 3. And Love will kick it over to Wreath, looking for the handoff. Got it to Tumani with Will in front of him. Will playing that zone. Up, Jimmy a little too physical with Sissoko, and you know there's a lot of shenanigans going on when it's Sissoko. A lot of physicality, but they tag Jimmy with the foul on that one. Sharpe subs back in. Love subs out. Steph still on the bench. Up. Sharpe with the curl. Bye-bye, Melton. Curled around, beat Al, but really beat Melton. So let's keep an eye on that one. I think we're in zone, though, so I'll check it next time. Jimmy in the corner, ISO. Moses ready to shoot. Jimmy attacks, draws 3, got the foul. Sissoko says, no, I didn't foul him. Review that. But I doubt that. Sissoko claims it was an elbow by Jimmy, but I don't think so. Okay, Dean is also tired. Jailblazers. Oh no, Bruce with the obligatory. We should be up by 25. But we're old, Bruce. We're old. You got to get the old adjustments. Melton and Jrue. Jrue. Trade Jimmy for Jrue. Oh, man. Get some sleep, Bruce. Ah, Will with the steal. Patented Will steal. Melton attacks Sissoko. Oh, push in the back. Sharpe admits fault on the push in the back. He just got beat because Will got the steal. So good job by Will. Jimmy at the elbow. Kick it. Find Will. 3-ball. Good splash. He's so good. 56-31. 25-point lead. There you go, Bruce. Sharpe with that curl. He loves the curl. Executes it perfectly. Fade away good. We haven't figured that one out yet. And it's Melton, of all people, getting victimized on those. Moses for 3 early, no good. Sharpe draws Al as a help, but he can get back on clingan. And we got the same curl action. We're getting killed on the curl. Root bear beats Moses. Come on, guys. Wilt for 3, no good. Moses steal. Stole it from clingan. That's 2 times clingan's gotten stolen. Looked like Will said, oh, was that a bad shot, Steve? And Steve said, no worries. Austin Reeves? No, they're not trading Austin Reeves. Al in the corner. Wreath over to Melt. Screen for Melt. No, that wasn't executed well because Melt started dribbling by him. So he'll just fade away for 2. No good. Yeah, Melt not a great game so far. Shaedon, left side, Jimmy. Look at Will show. Good job by Will to show. Jrue drives in the hole against Moody, loses the ball, out of bounds on Moody. Inbound 3 ball. Jrue missed the 3, and Rupert tips it against Jimmy. It goes right to Al. Outlet Jimmy brings it up on Ryan, Ileana's brother. I wonder if she's in the house. Maybe she's playing. Mountain, tough bucket inside in traffic. 58-35. Sometimes you just got to manufacture the 2. Jrue beats Melt, foul. Melt having a tough time tonight, despite the last 2 buckets. Yeah, you know, he'll get there. It's just part of the climb. Jrue makes a ton of money though. Yeah, I like that one, Shivansh. We need to screenshot that. As Jimmy brings it up. Comfortable lead. Al, left side, finds Will. Terrible pass. Goes the other way. Wow, Al. He's struggling too now. 3 ball Wreath. Are you kidding? Missed it. And we bring it up. Right side. Will, good move. Find Al. Kick it one more time. Jimmy fake a 3. Drive on Wreath. Draw your foul hunter style drive. And Jimmy will go to the line. Sorry for that. Trying to think of 2 things at once. All right, let me send that screenshot. If I can get one more screenshot tonight, be good. I knew you guys would vote for Gafford and Clay. Gafford isn't going to play, though, man. How's Gafford going to play? Trace doesn't even play. Jimmy on the steal by, I think Podz got the steal. Jimmy and entry pass Al. No jump hook that time. He kicks it back to Podz. Gets in the lane. Floater over 2. Good. Yeah, Podz got the steal, but it was a here, have the ball type of play. So I think Podz felt like he could take the floater. He had the green light. Green light due to the steal. We got a timeout here. Finally, we got a comfortable game. 62-36. Which is honestly surprising. I need to see a 4-game win streak, though. It still hasn't happened. Be right back. Restroom break. And we'll leave it on the box score. Actually, no, we'll go to Discord and go to the feed. Let's look at the NBA feed, see what else is going on tonight. Here you go.
Seriously, it's more meal for your money. Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know your sister, your buddy, the ones who always show up. They all have that little extra somehow. And maybe you got a tip. Start the year-end drive right now. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silver 50 million models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
I read that gun injuries and gun suicides are going up among teens. What do you think we can do about it? If a kid is acting angry or kicking at themselves, it's important to make sure that they don't have access to a gun. They might be thinking of hurting themselves or someone else.
Keeping gun stores secure feels like the simplest way to do it.
Yeah, I'll do a trade thing tomorrow because there are some caveats to each one of these trades. The caveat to the Gafford Clay one is not only the first round pick, but that Gafford has he has a contract that goes a little bit longer, but it's a fair contract. Inbound baseline for Portland. 3-ball love. No good. Not the best shot. I think his foot was on the line too. Jimmy outlet Podz. Podz 94 feet. Scores. Just beat everybody. Very porous defense by Portland, but I'm happy they did that. We need a game like this. Three-ball Jrue. No good. Podz rebound. Let's get out of here. Kick it back to Jimmy. Steph is in the game, by the way. 2+ minutes to go. And I like it with Will and Podz, interestingly enough. Not Melt. Oh, and then Will turnover. Just dribble off his foot. Shaedon and Will met by Draymond. Good help by Draymond. Shaedon has to reset. Will reach in, missed it though. Sharpe blocked by Draymond. Outlet Steph, outlet Podz. And Podz backs it up. And bad pass. And he threw the ball to the wrong team. 94 feet later, alley-oop. Smash it. Put it in ESPN. Old man. 64-38 Warriors, though. 3-ball Will. Comes right back. Splash it. Three-ball Jrue to try and answer. No good. Oh, Sharpe with the physical rebound. Out of bounds, and BP says, oh, review that one. That's definitely off of Sharpe. I don't know. Oh, he's going to challenge it. $67-38 challenge coming up. Q2, and I think you have to challenge those, you know, when they just screw it up. 109 to go. Good job by Jacob Rubin to be quick on the podcast. God, 4 turnovers, man. Just D-nails in house. Yeah, I know. Would Clay accept a trade, right? I don't see why not. Yeah, why don't we vote on that? That's a good question. But I don't think it matters. Let's do a poll. Oh boy, you guys want the man. I want a wing. I want a wing. Give me a wing. His name is Jeremy Grant. Don't you think Jeremy would be like better than Wiggins? I think he'd be better than Wiggins, potentially. Okay. Only had 8 votes? Come on, guys. 105. Okay. There we go. All right, new poll. Who screwed up that play? Who screwed it up? Let me I want to know which ref screwed this up. Dude, that's right in front of a ref. It wasn't Goble. Come on, guys. No Fitz, he's not excellent. Stop it. Oh, it was Goble. Come on, Goble. Damn obvious calls, man. Start poll. Would Clay want to come here? Yes, no. Oh, Steph for 3? Nope. Doesn't matter. He has no say. Yeah, it's definitely one of those 3. 3-ball Draymond, no good. Although I guess that it would Bruce with the immediate vote. I think 3-ball Jrue way up top from Vallejo, good. But I guess the third option kind of wipes away some of the no's. So maybe not the best poll, if I'm being honest with you. Oh well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if you really do think he doesn't want to be here, just vote that. Because the third one sort of implies the second one. Anyway, Steph with some chaos. Oh, good recovery by Camara. Camara wanted a holding on Draymond. Has a few words with Draymond. But they respect each other a lot. Oh, Steph's foot was on the line anyways. Would not have been a 3. That's a rare screw up. Draymond 3 on the catch. Had to throw it up real quick. 5 seconds. Shaedon. Good take foul by Podz. I think. Yeah, 14 fouls. Podz having a good game. Moses having a good game. But I think it's just a function of them being so young, which is, again, Jeremy Grant, 10-year veteran. I need to ask you guys, don't you think Jeremy Grant could be potentially better than Wiggins? 3-ball, no good at the buzzer. And it'll be 67-41, amazingly. C first half. Sheesh. Oh, Lowry. Oh, that Lowry marking, and that's all Danny Ainge. Okay, what else? Offensively, Grant will be better, but defensively, yeah, maybe. Defensively, maybe Jeremy wouldn't be as good. Good point. Good point. I need to watch more Portland games. Maybe I'll do that at the end of January when we have 3 days off. Of course, any day that I watch a scouting game, like to go look at old Jeremy Grant tape, then there could be a trade right when I'm watching it. Grant is no Wiggins by a mile. Wow, I don't know about a mile. I don't know. I would love to look at some head-to-head matchups, actually. Can I find a Miami-Portland game out there? How the heck would I do that? How could I possibly find a Miami-Portland game? I don't know. Grant is not more consistent than you telling me Jeremy Grant is worse mercurially? What was Wiggins's numbers here? Oh, I would love to. Okay. We do know that Jeremy is not a great rebounder. So on Jeremy not being a great rebounder, actually, let me do some tweeting out first before we look this up. Let me tweet this out. We're gonna do some stuff here. Did I send myself the screenshot? There it is. Here you go.
Technology and professional services experts connected globally, delivering outcomes locally, right here in California. 6 connections apart. With CGI, we're just 2 steps away.
With low prices store-wide, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market. The whisper of thought, the rhythm of the game, cool to my fingertips, warmth to bellies.
All right, let's see here.
Everything here feels
showcases his abundance. It felt like it was, you know, I mean, he's not really, like, he's like my best friend.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptyouskids.org.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retracted. This broadcast unauthorized distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA. Warriors Halftime Live is presented by
Might as well run a commercial while I'm doing all this stuff. Commercial break. Please let it run for 60 seconds. And also sign up for our Discord. A lot of good stuff on it. And you can see the VIP version going off right now. So time for a commercial, and here it is. 3, 2, 1, now.
Sleep better sooner with a new mattress from Mancini Sleep World. Backed for 365-night comfort guarantee and free next day delivery on top brands like Tempur-Pedic, starting at $29 a month. Mancini Sleep World, rest easy. There was a tree out in the woods, the prettiest tree that you haven't seen. And the tree has roots that you want to grow, good jobs, good skills, make the whole world go. Make the green grass grow all around, make the green grass grow all around.
At J.P. Morgan Chase Investments, we make businesses happen, that make jobs happen, that make communities happen. Together, we make momentum happen.
How many we got on Substack? 3. Although I might be one of them. Maybe 2, maybe 3.
But there is another choice. No stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. More current eligible GMC lessees can get this low mileage lease on the Sierra Elevation for $299 per month. We are professional grade.
Oh, I'm looking good. Thank you. Just what you really need. What's the plan? Impromptu road trip? Actually, the plan is to stop on
So friendly reminder. Next up, we're going to analyze some Wiggins rebounding numbers.
So far, so good for the Golden State Warriors as they never troubled this basketball game. They led by as much as 29 points in this one, and they hold a 26-point lead at the half. It's a team they haven't beat all season. The Portland Trailblazers, that one point in the first quarter was very early. It was a 12-11 game, and it looks like the Blazers look like the Blazers are going to hang around. Then the Warriors used a 21-6 run in that free, and they have not looked back. Welcome to Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box with the home maker, Chris Lilly. Friday DLC indicator, I am Bonte Hill. And see, let's break down this first quarter tape here. because that's when the Warriors really increased this lead. And again, they did not look over their shoulders whatsoever. The threes were flying tonight.
You didn't get a three. You didn't get a three. It was just over out here giving out threes and pretty smart with ball movement, especially during that run. They were 6 of 9 from around the arc. What I love is that it started with penetrating the paint, first paint touches, then the ball flies out, making sure that all the players get touches and get opportunities.
18 assists, 23 made field goals, 13 made threes, where he shoot 50, 40, 100 from the free throw line. All that about Teddy. And Steph Curry's usually the guy to set the tone, the 50, 40, 90. He didn't have to get home that first half.
Slow 7, 4 points. Slow because Draymond Green got in on the scoring, as well as Jimmy Butler. And then you got the big shooter here, Anthony Bell with 10 points, 2 for the 3-point line. So a great night for the Warriors control what they control. Just trying to keep the turnovers down. It is a little much, but the shooting has been phenomenal.
Absolutely. Best shooter, stepping out with one of these senses, going to hit the doctor that those threes. It's exactly what you want out of your bench.
A nice kick right here for Golden State Warriors. Let's see how they can end it and see if they can actually face each other in the fourth quarter. We'll see you afterwards, everybody, as that was halftime live.
Life is full of surprises. That's why we're giving you our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years, just $50 a month. Xfinity, imagine that.
If the Colonel saw the price of lunch today, he has some choice.
I'm on Instagram now, posting this.
It's the $400,000 countdown on kickoff. The Great Resort Casino, running January 10th through February 7th. Every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. One lucky winner will score a big prize package. Plus 20 winners will take home an 85-inch Samsung TV. 64 winners will receive $500 in free slot play. Earn entries starting Monday, January 5th. And any points equals 1 entry. Earn 10 times the entries Wednesday. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime chance to win big prize packages and more. Only at Great Resort Casino.
Amazon Prime members, go to Amazon.com/GrubHub, activate your free GrubHub Plus membership, and start ordering with $0 delivery fees on GrubHub. Eligible orders only, terms and additional fees apply.
Now, it's been a bunch of awards and saying, that's college and kids all in one place. But you never tried to find Jason Block.
Okay. Took forever, but Warriors Blazers plus trade talk live stream. Okay, let's look it up finally. bkref.com. Andrew Wiggins. Let's take a look. So, total rebounds was about 4 or 5. Then he went to the Warriors. It's always been 4.5. How bad is Jeremy? Although the 3-point percentage, 36.5. What was Andrew? 35.9. 3.9. So he's about a rebound worse. How about per 36? Let's look at per 36. And we're now looking at this at the 125 mark. Um, Jeremy. Per 36. Which one is this? Jeremy? Per 36. Or per 100 possessions. Still 5 per 36. And Wiggins is 5. Oh, they're tied. Ha 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 ha. I win. I love it when I win. Answer that one, Dean. Answer that one, Bruce. 5 rebounds apiece per 36. The same. The exact same. Per 36. Ha! You can't win the rebound argument anymore. You cannot tell me Wiggins is a better rebounder than Jeremy. Per 36. Career 4.8 Andrew Wiggins, 5.1 Jeremy Grant. Ha! Gotcha. Of course, I can pick on Dean and Bruce. I can pick on them. I saw the talent, but he did not want it. Huh. What's the YouTube link, Dean? Why are you always sending me YouTube links with no context? Tumani Camara baseline against QP on the switch. Handoff. Probably shouldn't have handoffed it, but now it's, yeah, Shaedon against QP. 3-ball good. Never mind. Good handoff by Camara. I always got to, I never know what you're sending me, dude. Warriors freestyle. Man, no, I got to delete that. I don't like the evil empire. You know. Moses got fouled on the 3 by Shaedon. He'll go to the line. Ha! Just kidding. Can't resist. Can't resist. They're going to challenge this. Career. Oh, we just need to put it on right here. Boom. We need to do this. Yeah. 5 or 5.1 for Jeremy and 4.8. Yeah. Boom. Stop it, Bruce. Bloomer, what's up?
Is your body sending you an SOS? If you have hypertension or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you about increased risks like heart attack or stroke. Don't miss the hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a UACR urine test.
So far, the poll is Clay does not want to come here. Combined with doesn't matter is a lot. Only 6 votes straight up yes.
No one can undo an accidental death, but we can recognize what comes next. Justice is more than you don't need a champion. For personal injury law, visit walkoutlaw.com.
Yeah, friendly reminder. The reason why I'm gung-ho on Jeremy Grant is just because I'm doing the trade out of desperation because I'm just not impressed by the squad that we have right now. And I mean, I like QP and I like Brandon, but they're just too young right now. So I need an upgrade on the Moody thing. In fact, I'll sacrifice Moody for the upgrade. Oh, QP did not come meet the ball, but luckily they didn't steal it. Man, they're supposed to teach you in high school, brother. Man, can't stand it when I see stuff that I learned in high school. 3-ball Draymond, no good. We're up by 20. Tumani 3, bricked it, luckily. They've bricked a lot of threes. QP forgot to move. We're not concentrating. It bleeds to the youngsters. The inability to lock in. Moses with the tough 2. Got it. At least he's on today. Moses played well. Tumani for 3 over closeout of Jimmy. Kind of hanged his head a little bit. Steph and Camara. Pick and roll Draymond. You know, I don't even care how well Steph plays tonight. I want everybody else to play well, which so far they have. QP missed the 3, though, wide open. And they go 94 feet, but they throw it away again. Shaedon says, my bad. Jrue Holiday with the lead pass out of bounds. They'll give the turnover to Jrue, I bet, even though Sharpe is claiming responsibility. Draymond brings it up. We got 9:29 to go. And Clingan drops. And so he tacks and he smoked a layup. Ugliness. Here they come. Jrue for 3 over Steph. Got it. And we're only up by 17. Fitz is a little worried. 16. We're up by 16. It's the failure to lock in. Disinterested. No urgency. This is where the short bursts help. So you call timeout and they've only really got, you know, a minute and a half left to play, and then yank them. Yank this unit for the next rotation. Sorry, Bloomer. Hate to be mean, but your comment on Giannis, you should delete that. That's there's just so many things wrong with that one, but it's all good. That's a Steph throw the ball to the other team, or that's a Podz throw the ball to the other team. You're too young. Can't call you Steph. You're a Podz. A lot to talk about on MPJ, but I want to save that for tomorrow. Draymond looking for the, and it's a foul on Camara as Steph comes around and split cut, side out. Camara, how many fouls? Feels like he's got a few. Only 2 fouls. That's pretty cool. When a guy feels like he's got 3, but he's only got 2. He's a second team all defense. Draymond, which, by the way, second team, first team. Oh, great 2-man action. QP open 3 corner, missed another one. The youngsters got deer in the headlights, man. There's so much sample size now. Draymond, great rebound. And Post misses another 3. Jrue attacks Moses, no help. Good job by QP. Pretty good movement on the feet. Draymond dives, or Moses dives, but Jrue hangs onto it. Now it's 2-on-1, and Jrue scores. Looked like Dray was locked in, but we lost that battle. Up by 14. 3-ball. Jimmy with the hero 3 in the corner. Is one of those, got to make it. And he did. But that's what they get paid to do. So that should go in. Oh, Shaedon Sharpe. Beautiful move. He took Moses. I want to fast forward that. Steph draws a foul. Camara, 3rd foul. Just the same old, point of attack Moses. That's problematic. Post comes out, up by 15. Our ball on the foul. I think Kamara's got 3 now, right? No, that was on somebody else, I guess. Either that or the box scores late. I don't know. Steph and Draymond 2-man game. Bricked it. Steph missed that 3. Shaedon, outlet. Camara backs up for a 3. It's good. And now it is a 12-point game, guys. Jimmy, reverse layup, no good. Fell down. And Gary disrupts Jrue Holiday well. Jimmy's going to have words with John Goble, but to no avail. And good job by Steph to stop Tumani, but now he posts him up. And Jrue covered by Gary. 3-ball. Missed it. And then Draymond throws it to Shaedon Sharpe. Oh, they play around with it. They shoot a 3, and they screw it up. Camara missed it. And Gary's going to score a layup the other way. Wow. Horrendous decision. And then they shoot another 3, missed it. Jimmy comes back. Steph sidestep, got him. No timeout by Tiago. We're up by 17. Close up on Del Curry and Stoney. Up top, Clingan. Back up top, Sharpe. Roll. Draymond steals the pass. It's 4-on-2. Steph finds Jimmy for a dunk. So all they had to do was score a layup. Instead, they had the wannabe Warriors, and they shot an ill-timed three, missed it, and bottom fell out. $79-60, and it probably should be like a 10-point game. Okay. Do some housekeeping. All right, checking comments. Well, you don't want QP to shoot threes, but he doesn't really shoot twos. All right, up top, Caleb Love up to Jrue. Pick and roll Rob. Jrue goes left side. Alley-oop to Rob. Boy, we're not good at defending those, are we? We're quite woeful at those. Draymond throws the ball to Rob Williams. Oh, boy. What is that, 6 turnovers? But Caleb Love screws it up, and this is a 3. That is 6 turnovers, by the way. Moses wide open for 3. No good. But it's Guy Santos. Gets a reload for Moses, and he makes it that time. $20-point lead again. But dude, what is Draymond doing, man? He got a steal, though. He's got 3 steals. Nearly lost it. Got it to Guy. Guy gets it to Gary. Gary with the high school block. It's just not a good pass by Guy. You got to be able to read that he's going to run right into Clingan. Draymond comes out. $82-62. Caleb Love, half court. Podz. Don't get turned. He gets turned. Kick spray to Young for 3. Just, we don't know how to slide our feet to the right. It drives me crazy. And can anybody do that? I'm pretty sure Jeremy Grant can do that every now and then. Man, it's just an epidemic. And Podz misses. Jrue rebound or Jrue outlet. Rob Williams got the catch out to Camara. Steph tips it out, goes right to Young, trying to steal it from Young, and he does. Gary gets the steal ultimately. but it's all caused by Steph. With the little pokes. And then what happened here? Did they inbound it incorrectly? Oh, delay of game on Gary. Okay, on the inbound. 84-65. That little defensive spurt by Steph helped change the momentum into chaos. You got it. Anything to get to chaos. Al block. Great block on Caleb Love, who hasn't had a good game. Gary, reverse pass. Al wide open. Flyby, no good. And Gary fouls Jrue, and Jrue hits. I want to just credit Jrue for that bucket. Podz brings it up as they give token pressure. Wide open at the nail. Smoked it. Man, I can make that shot, but oh well. I don't want to be too nitpicky. Overall, we're playing well with the 16-point lead. Tumani. Sidestep 3. Bricked it. Ball goes to Jimmy, and he surveys, and he's going to slow it down. 2:36 to go. Al with the high pick. Got the switch. Al nearly. Camara tried to sell it. Al, open 3 over Young. Oh, way off. Bricked it. Wow. What's going on? Jrue on the 3-point contest. No good. Al rebound. Glad I'm not taking notes on those. Jimmy slows it down, which is good in this case. Screen by Al. Over to Melt. Melt says, no, let me take it. And he gets blocked. Robert Williams. Not a good choice. It's a good thing we're up by a lot. And then Rob Williams throws the ball at Camara when he wasn't looking. So a little bit of craziness on their part, luckily for us. Why, they're really playing worse than their record. Of course, they're missing 2 of their starters in Denny and Jeremy. Melt up top gets a switch. Beats Rob. Left delay. It's good to see that left delay go down. 1:34 to go. 86-68 palindrome. You like that, Dean? Oh, entry pass, Rob. Podz doubles. Caleb Love sidestep. 3-ball no good. He's been off all game, luckily. It all evens out because last game he was on fire against us, or one of the last 3 games against us. Jimmy with Al helping with the screen for Melt. Over to Gee. Lost the dribble. Reach in by Jrue. Drew's like, okay, let's sub me out, man. I'm tired. That foul had purpose. Oh, that was just a bad pass by Rob Williams. Like Tumani's head got in the way on the skip pass to Young on the replay. Al up top, 11 on the clock. Jimmy and Melton and Al interference. Jimmy kick sprayed Al, another open one, and he got that one. Al gets right back to normalcy, and we're up by 21. 55 seconds. Caleb Love, right side Podz. Here comes Rob. Pick and roll. No, goes away from it. Beats Podz. Kick it to Rob. Podz lets him shoot. He's probably defensive 3 seconds. They haven't called it yet. And they throw it, but Camara with the horrible pass. Gee gets a steal. Podz wants the ball. Wide open. He's got double hands up, and he scores it. 3-ball. You know you really want the ball when you got both hands. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Podz is the hungriest player out there all the time. That's hilarious. Caleb Love working around. Camara, attack, kick it. Rob, 3 over Al. Good. 11 seconds left. And Podz for 3. At the buzzer, got it. So Podz is feeling it and really wanted it, so he got it and scored it. I think Jimmy with the assist. Or is it Al? Al with the assist. 95-71, end of quarter. What grade do you give that one then, Bruce? Man, you make me look up Chinese again? Fine. Better be a good one. Google Translate. This better be a good one, or I'm not going to look up anymore, bro. Okay. Funny. It's kind of fun not to know what you're going to get. It's a box of chocolates. So on deck after the game, quick recap. We'll go through the play-by-play. And I don't know what else is there. Really hard to play post with Draymond when post can't make a shot. It's getting to a point it's really hard to play Draymond with anybody, huh? Oh, we should have done a commercial break. I forgot. It's too late now. We'll do it at the next timeout. But yeah, I was texting around today and Eric G was like, yeah, Draymond probably should come off the bench next year. And if he doesn't, then let Steve go, because Steve can't do it himself. Steve will never bench Draymond. So yeah, I don't mind it. I think the league is moving so quickly that you got to come up with some amazing stuff. Like, the argument could be made, the amount of time that Steve spent on coming up with the double split cut the summer of 2015. Why didn't he spend that much time coming up with JK, JK strategy? I think that's the missing piece in all of this is, isn't it funny how Draymond has been the fulcrum of a lot of things that have not gone well? I mean, he's basically the reason why you can't play JK. and Jordan Poole and Kevin Durant. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Let's change the subject. We got a game here. Melton. Are they in zone? Oh, Melton and one against Rob Williams. Or not what Rob Williams. CD Sissoko. That's good to see Melton come alive for that. Pumps his fist. 98-71, 27-point lead. Good job, Melt. Huge to come in the game and affect it like that. So did we alter the rotation? Then they throw it away. Mountain's going to get a steal. And he finds Gee, find Podz wide open. He'll drive, kick spray, and threw it wrong to Jimmy, but that's catchable. Jimmy is frustrated, but I don't know. What do you think? Was it Jimmy's fault or Podz's fault? It's hard to tell from the camera angle. Let me see. Yep, just didn't catch it. Jimmy's mad at himself. Old man. And Caleb Love was about to posterize Jimmy, but he fouled him, and Jimmy just subs himself out. Is he subbing himself out? So who came in? That is the question. Will Rich? Oh, Gee. Yeah, Gee. Makes sense. I said Will Rich because I actually thought it was Will Rich from a distance. Looking really small at the score table was Gee. But yeah, yeah, did they switch the rotation? Need to look that up. Look that up. Melton for three on the catch. Got it. Rattles in. He's feeling it. I accidentally kept the back screen on Discord, but looking at the box score, we've got Melton with 18 points. Probably 18 minutes. Camara hits a three catch. Yeah, 14 minutes. 7 for 11. 3 of 4 on threes. In 18 points in 14 minutes for Melt. Nice. Portland in zone. Will Rich gets a free look. Short. Gee tips it to Al. Can't quite get it. Here comes Camara. Melton stays in front. There you go. Can Gee stay in front? No. That is why Gee cannot play starter minutes. Oh, man. That's just not how you defend, man. That's just not how you defend. Three ball, no good. Podz. And good closeout by Gee. Miss a three by Camara. Podz rebound. Screen Al. Trying to turn the corner on Shaedon. Can't. Got rid of it finally. A half second too much dribbling. But now we're down to 7 seconds and Melt's got to create on Rob. Williams Island. Lefty. Banker over Love on the help. He's on fire. Melton's on fire. And BP, a rare long rebound, couldn't get it. Love, our CD got it, and Al steals it from Camara. Not a good game by Camara. Well, that's not Camara. That's Rupert. My fault. Good game by Camara. Podz, foul, but Mousa says it's on the ground on Love, so side out. There's going to be a timeout, Warriors. So we are going to run a commercial break again. So let it run. And it's going to be 103.77.806. Good day for Steph to stay at 24.5 minutes. So here's the commercial break. Please let it run. 60 seconds. And here it is. Boom.
We are professional grade.
What's good? I'm Josh Johnson, and I play for 14 different teams. In fact, I'm about to switch teams more than I have. But I'm done. All that. I'm switching straight talk.
Wanted to switch to work rate for insurance you can trust one another. Put chili pepper on your birdseed. It's safe for birds, but squirrels can't stand it.
Up to 35 grams in my protein bowls, or try my 2 for $6 jack rabbits. I'm saying something that's not true. Do something about it. My protein bowls and jack rabbits.
Toyota has Lease one now for just $289 a month, or lease the all-electric 2026 PZ for $279 a month, or choose 0% financing plus up to 6.
Dang, Bruce. Bruce, get some sleep, man. You need to rest. You're giving D pluses to teams up by 26. Get some rest. No Snickers, just rest. Since there's nothing else to do, I will look up this latest Chinese comment. That's, yeah, accurate.
There it is, physical feedback to you.
The NBA trade deadline is February 5th. So, there'll be a lot of discussion all around the league.
All right. How we doing on the poll? Well, I forgot what the poll was about. Would Clay want to come here? Oh, okay. Cool. We're getting more votes. Against the zone, Melt 3. Another one. Melt's on fire. Wow, Melt. Feel it. Go ahead and enjoy it. Tougher games coming. Love for 3 in response. Where's it 2? Love for 2. What is that? 23 for Mel? Yep. 4 for 5 on threes. 9 for 13 field. 3-2 zone by Blazers. Melt fake a 3. Over to Moody. Moody and Young. Over to Al. Over to BP. BP attacks Young. He scores. Good game by BP, by the way. That's 13 points. 5 for 9. Love 94 feet. Fouled him. Is it a foul on Al? Got to start not fouling those. We are now up by 28. Free throw for Love is no good. Al can't get it against Camara. It's going to be no, they don't call jump ball. Young gets in the mix. Good play by Young, but now he's hurt. Young, I think, got hit in the face as he stole the ball. And we're not going to review this because it's Horford. It's all based on reputation. Watch. If it was Draymond, they would review this. Oh, it was Will Rich. Oh, he got hit in the knee by accident, Will Rich. Ouch. And that's totally incidental. Unfortunate. Probably happened to me before. Yay, Young's up after a while. You hope it's not a concussion. But yeah, they're gonna take him to the training room. Just take your time, bro. You got to be careful with, the brain hitting the skull type of deal. So it's going to be Portland ball. Did they have to burn a timeout? Probably had to burn a timeout. Check the timeouts. Yeah, 3 apiece. You only get 2 in the last 3 minutes, so maybe expect. Actually, it's a blowout, so get away with no more timeouts. Inbound comes to Reith against Moody. We're in zone. That's why Reith is on Moody. But now it's Love and Al Horford. Maybe we're not in zone. I don't know. What's Al doing way out there? Kick spray, 3-ball good by Cody Williams. Finally made a 3. BP rolls it in because there's no need to hurry. That clock is running. 3-2 zone by Blazers. Al sets a pick for Mo. Up top, Al. Swing it to Melt. Melt attacks. Finds Will. Inside out to Al. One more to Moses. We're late shot clock. BP's going to have to create. No, it goes to Melt. But Melt's got Reith. Pop a 3 on Reith. Bricked it. Sissoko, brings it up. Reith trying to post up on Melt. Nothing there. We're in 3-2. And it's a 3. Missed it. Moses rebound. Well, that was a heat check by Cody Williams. Melt against the 3-2 as Sissoko's late to the zone and Moses makes him pay. Tiago will call timeout to change it back to man probably and tell Sissoko that he got lost. He was playing man while the team was playing zone. I've been there. I know the feeling, although it's way back in middle school. And I don't know, what else is there to talk about right now? Let's check Discord. If you want to check our Discord, don't forget it's in the pinned comment. Oh, I've got it on NBA live feed. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yep. It's a walk in the park. Wish we had more of these. Let's take a peek at the standings and see where we're at. Refresh. get closer to Phoenix. So we'll be 3 games over. And take a look at the rest of the NBA tonight. Heat beat Phoenix. Yay. And the Rockets beat the Bulls. Timberwolves beat the Bucks. Nuggets beat the Pelicans. No surprise. Thunder finally beat the Spurs at home. Lakers killed the Hawks. And that's it for tonight. Let's go over here. Yeah, there's no more. It's one of those doldrum games for the Blazers. Grandma and a girlfriend? What does that mean? What are you guys talking about? Oh, you know what? I got some popcorn. Yeah, I got popcorn. Reset the timer. Okay, be right back. Popcorn time. Although by now it's like cold. Wait, what time did you say you're available, Dean? I can't remember. You know, without Grant and Denny, Portland doesn't count as a long, lanky team. Oh, no foul? Okay. Love lost the ball. Buddy Hield cameo. Blazers back to man. Post up Trace. Pat Spencer. Burn another active game. Young's back on the bench. That's good news. Turnover, Pat. Just lost the ball. I think Pat only has 15 games left to be active. Buddy for 3 on the break. Missed it. Trace. Nope. Love rebound. Buddy gets a steal. Will. Trace. Missed it. Caleb Love. Pop a 3. It's good. Over Trace. Will Rich, no good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Kuminga's 15. Sissoko threw the ball to Pat Spencer. Buddy Hield layup. Tiago Splitter is just sitting there. Sometimes I know the feeling. You play so bad, you're blown out. Just let it roll down the hill. Quinn's going to come in. I wonder for who. Will Rich, maybe? Buddy misses a 2. Will Rich steal? Red Caleb like a book. Chase foul by Reith. So who's QP coming in for? I want it to be Will. I don't want Will. Stay out there too long. Preserve him. Timeout. Cool. 2 p.m. it is. Dean Chambers. All right, Bruce, get some sleep. Wait. Before you sleep, what grade do you give the Warriors now? C-. Wow. You have to beat a team by 50 to get an A. Hey, Jim Barnett Media Center. Who's in there right now? I took a video of that too last time I was there. Didn't think anybody would be interested though. Hey, should now we can end the poll finally, but here's my next poll. Oh, I see. Next poll is going to be, does Pat Spencer playing tonight have anything to do with JK going to be traded? Okay, so my argument is that Pat Spencer is playing. 16 more games, 15 more games would take you out to the trade deadline. So is that to say that the Warriors are pretty confident that we won't use up Pat Spencer? You could always argue that, oh, but we've got LJ Cryer as another two-way that we can promote in case of, you know, we run out of games for Pat. So that's, or LJ. So we'll start that poll. And the poll for Would Clay Want to Come Here ends with a tie between yes. Wow, we actually have a tie on the Clay vote. It's pretty cool. 35% yes, 35% doesn't matter. He has no say, and well, it's technically more no's. As I explained earlier, the second and third choices are somewhat similar. I've lost track of the game a little bit, but I just saw Rupert dunk it. Will Rich, two-handed dunk, foul. Looked like he missed it, but got foul. Draymond with the defense on Buddy. I don't know what was so funny about that one, but Nick DePaulo says it's the Sabrina 3 tonight for Steph. Quentin Pouse hits a 3. Jimmy and Steph. FOD. Oh boy, what's FOD? All right, boot kill. The new Draymond Green. All right, we're going to win this. A minus. Huh. I'm going to do restroom break, and then I'm going to do a recap. Restroom break, then back for a quick recap. And I spelled quick wrong. Be right back. Follow the Discord right here. They interviewed Draymond. All right, time to do the recap. Dean says just get draft capital. I don't like, what can we get? A first rounder for JK? I think he's in the mud right now. So get a second rounder? I don't think we can stay the same, the roster, so I'm going to disagree. Oh, front office decision. That's what Cholo meant. Well, Bloomer gave an A-. I wouldn't give better than a B+. I give it a B. And I agree. The turnovers by Draymond, careless. It's just that Portland was horrendous tonight. Time to do the recap. Time for my detailed recap via play-by-play notes. Okay, here's how the game went, guys. Let's put up the box score so I could use it as sort of a reference, especially the summary page. And hold on a sec, let me check something. All righty. Okay, so hold on. Need a tissue. Okay. Here is the summary. Okay, first quarter. Let me see. Starting out early, the Blazers were shooting bricks. Smoked a lot of layups, shot bricks from three, and Steph found Jimmy on an outlet, fouled on the fast break, timeout, 12-4 right out of the gate. And I was like, how come we can't come out this serious every game? But, you know, losing to a team 3 times in a row can naturally up the urgency. And Portland would not only miss threes, but they would airball them. But then Draymond, bad screen, threw the ball out of bounds. We also blitzed Shaedon Sharpe, and that was just a bad decision because they went on a run. And it was 14-11 in no time. But honestly, Draymond was still playing well against Clingan when necessary, especially when QP went out of the game. And also Moses was hitting shots. So good Moses showed up today, hit a couple threes. Then we went on a run after we abandoned the blitzing of Shaedon Sharpe. And I think we only did that because, no, actually QP was in there and he blitzed him. We had Draymond backside, but it just didn't work. But anyways, as I said, we went on a run, bunch of good plays. Gary got a steal, came in. Guy found Moses again for three. Guy hit a three as Draymond pushed the ball. Gary deflect the ball from Camara out of bounds. There was chaos on one of them, and Guy found Steph for three. All of a sudden, we doubled them up, 26-13. And Gary was still causing a little havoc. Podz even hit a three. Even when Steph threw the ball badly, Guy bailed him out and saved it. And then they continued to miss. Portland did, and Jimi found Melton for three. And Jrue would shoot an air ball. It was just a very bad game. Portland did not come to play. And so even when we made mistakes like QP bad screen or Podz made a gamble and got alley-oop dunked behind him, or maybe Moses looked slow on the point of attack. Still, started the second, by then we had like a 14-point lead going into the second. Started the second, Draymond, great defense, 2 times in a row, hit a three. Jrue would smoke a layup. I mean, just a lot of bad basketball by the Blazers, thankfully. We even had a connect four play, not just tic-tac-toe, connect four from Draymond to Steph to Guy to Gary, and then he got fouled. And then Melton came back in and just took off where he left off, just on fire. And Will Richards steal, and all of a sudden he gets a three on the next side inbound, and we're up by 25. So we're cruising. And then Podz got a steal, felt he had the green light, goes 94 feet for a layup. So Podz came alive for a little bit. Will added a three, and Podz even had the presence of mind to do a foul with 2 seconds left at the end of the half to slow up Portland, and we took a, 67-41 lead into halftime. Can't ask for better than that, right? So we come back third quarter, and this is where I want to really try and pay attention to like how we did the rotation, because I have a feeling we went away from the normal rotation. But Moses hit a tough two, but Draymond smoked a layup and Jrue came back with a three. All of a sudden, we're only up by 16. Let's see. They bring it down to 12 after Steph bricked a 3 up top. And let's see, Steph's numbers, not too great, but who cares? We won 2 for 8 on threes, only 7 points, 11 assists. And after the brick up top, Camara got a 3 on the way back. We're only up by 12. But then more chaos ensues because Draymond threw the ball to the wrong team, but then Camara, they pass up a layup for Camara to shoot a 3, Andre Iguodala style. You have a layup and you kick it out to Camara for 3, missed it. And then Gary comes back, goes all the way down for a layup. They miss another 3, and Jimmy finds Steph for 3. All of a sudden, we're up by 17. And then after that, Draymond got another steal. Steph finds Jimmy for a dunk. And now we're up 19 when it probably should have been a 10-point game. So that pretty much was the knockout punch. And 29-point lead went down to 20. But Steph and Gary got a steal. So that was sort of defensive chaos, and we got the momentum back. So the rest is pretty much history. Uneventful fourth quarter, other than Melton being on fire. And I want to look at the play-by-play just to look at the rotation of the third quarter, because usually we end the first and the third with the Jimmy group. But maybe we didn't go to that this time. I'm not sure. So looking at the first quarter, yeah. Steph didn't come out until 3 minutes. So we shortened, I think we shortened, if I'm going to guess, I think we shortened the Jimmy group because they played so poorly last game, even though the game before that, they played great. So looking at the Q1 play-by-play, Steph subbed out at 3 minutes, and Jimmy group only played 3 minutes, whereas they had been playing like 7 minutes before, or more than 3 before. But let's take a look at Q3 and see if there's a pattern. Let's see, started the second with Steph post Moody and Draymond. So started the third, yeah, with the regular starters. Yep. See how we ended. Guy, D'Anthony, Horford, Podz, and Jimmy. Yep, that's the group. They came in with 3 minutes left. I have a feeling, so same thing fourth quarter. Let's look at same thing end of third. Let's look at the last game and check the what are you going to get analysis like this anywhere else? Let me ask you. Hit the like button. Everybody go hit the like button, man. Nobody is noticing these details. Atlanta Warriors. Let's see what the play-by-play showed us then. Third quarter, pivotal third quarter. It's still at 3 minutes. All right. What about the previous game before that? The one where they were successful at the 13-0 run, except the next game they lost by 13 in that one. So we got to go to the 9th of January. Look at the Kings and play-by-play Q3. Maybe we stuck with it and they just played better. Yep, 3 minutes. So it's the same rotation. confirmed same rotation as SAC and Atlanta. It's just that we played better today, or the Jimmy group played better. All right, comments. Jimmy hairstyle. Last 14 games. D'Anthony, the connector. I don't know if he's a connector. All right, I'm done with the recap. It is time to check Discord. For the latest and greatest, we've got Steve Kerr's at the podium, but I'm going to wait until we get the whole thing. Here's a Chase Center look. Obviously, this is not broadcast on TV, so I can play it. It's just replaying, but let's look at oh, Steve Kerr. I feel like our record should be better, but none of that matters. Yeah, we gave away 4 games. I was just going to mention we've given away 4 games, so we should be 25-16, and that would be 7th or 6th right now. We should be better. We've given away 4 games. Remember those? I have them memorized. It was Portland, then Orlando, or no, it was Milwaukee, Indiana, then at home against Portland, then at home against Orlando. And looking at the standings, hope they're updated. This was not updated 5 minutes ago, but now it is now updated. We should be 25-16, which no, 26-15, 26-15. So we should be 26-15, which would be good for 5th. Yep, it'd be 5th because LA is 10 games over, and that would be 11 games over for us. So we have tricked off. We tricked off those 4 early games. So we definitely should be better than we are. And I think I still think we're too small, though, right? There are games that we're losing, like the Atlanta game, where they just played better than us, but they're longer than us. They're more athletic than us. Same thing in the Portland game, the other Portland game, where it was like the second week of the season and we had a back-to-back in Portland. Like we were just horrible against them. And yeah, that full-strength Portland team, you know, maybe it would be more competitive today and there would be more to scrutinize, but yeah, we should be 26-15 at the very least. But tricking off those games, that's what old people do. And, you know, I blame Draymond for that. But anyways, here's a snippet of Steve Kerr.
Well, it's a good night to, you know, get everybody on the floor and get, you know, keep Steph 24 minutes, Draymond 22. So, yeah, these are welcome nights when you can get
Steve, kind of a bigger picture question, you know, we've now reached the halfway point of the season. Just kind of, where would you assess, or how would you assess where this team is right now?
I think we're in a pretty good place. You know, we obviously have you know, lost some games in the first half of the year that we should have won. We feel like our record should be better, but none of that matters. We got to just take care of ourselves right now and do what we can to climb up the standings. So we're playing better, we're playing pretty consistently, doing a lot of good things right now.
All right. Thank you to Sam Gordon for that little snippet. We got more. Joseph Dykes talking about Guy Santos again. Had 4 steals tonight.
Thanks. It's you know, quickness. He's not you know, he's not a like a kind of a traditional, like bouncy athletic guy at the rim, but he's really quick laterally and reads situations well. He's in the passing lanes, anticipating plays, and he gets his hands on a lot of long rebounds as well. So he is a really, really good player for us. He just complements the starters so well when he comes out there with them.
Last 14 games. Wow, you counted them? Cool. Yeah. What did you vote on the well, I'll ask you tomorrow, but what did you think about the Jeremy Grant one? So what trade would you make for JK? That's realistic, and obviously maybe you haven't thought about it too much. Hopefully you can before we go live tomorrow, but and do you like my Jeremy idea, or do you prefer Gafford and Clay? I think you got to do one or the other. Sam Quinn of CBS came up with the Gafford and Clay one. The problem with that is you still need to make one more trade because Gafford and Clay equals JK. So you still need to make one more trade. And who would you trade? That would be Trace Jackson Davis, right? Trace Jackson Davis for somebody. And how many minutes would Gafford play? There's a lot more questions with that. That's why I like the Jeremy Grant idea. And and one more look at the cap sheet. If I go to Hoops Hype and look at team salaries, you'll see that Jeremy Grant. Now, the other issue with Jeremy Grant is that he's got an Achilles tendonitis issue. That's why he didn't play tonight. But so all of this assumes he is 100%. So that's my assumption. And secondly, you can see that let me explain this to you as we're waiting for the next person to go to the podium, and I'm waiting for the download of the Steve Kerr interview. But Jeremy Grant, 32 million, 34 million. Now, this part is the part that really stands out as problematic. However, player option in 2027-28 and it's ascending, 36 million. Not a good contract, right? But we could extend him a la Wiggins, assuming it's a fit like Wiggins was, and get a discount on the extension, because what you're doing is you're saying, okay, well, we're not going to pay you 36. We're going to chop that down a little bit, but you're going to be a Warrior for the next 3 years or longer. And maybe you do it descending, and that's where you can make it more market value. But you're giving him an extension, and he's getting more overall money, like, 4 more years, 80 million or something, 20 million a year or whatever. So that's why I don't think this number is terribly bad, but this number is terribly bad. But we're paying this number anyways to JK and Moody. So this number, it's still a good trade chip. I just see a lot of positives getting Jeremy Grant. The problem with let's just go Gafford and Clay. The problem with Gafford and Clay is that Gafford has this contract that takes him through 29, and we don't really utilize a JaVale McGee type, especially in the playoffs. And we normally don't like to spend more than Kevon Looney, and Kevon's making $8 million, and that's an overpay. Even though on a normal team, Daniel Gafford, this is a good contract, I think it would be a bad contract for the Warriors. So Gafford contract is good for the NBA, is good for 2019s, but not good for GSW in that it stretches till 29. Then again, 18, 19 million isn't that much. Okay, so, all right. And then you get Clay in the process. Now, the problem with that is you'd have to trade Trace Jackson Davis, right? Would have to go, and I don't know what you trade that for. Cash? Someone going to give us a second rounder? You know, I don't know. Maybe you throw Trace in the deal and, you know, get a second rounder back. And I feel like we can do more with the 17 million here, but hey, look, you know, you could actually, here's a reason to go get Clay is you could actually renegotiate that, right? I mean, you could give him an extension, say, hey, look, but maybe Clay is too arrogant to take, you know, take a pay cut going forward, but he's got to be, you know, around Buddy Hield level or more, say 10, 11 million, but you could extend him more. And yeah, I mean, so, okay. Gafford and Clay is a close second, but it's still like, gosh, I'd rather have Jeremy Grant. Just replace Jeremy Grant replaces Moody. It's so simple. They shoot the same threes percentage wise, and you gain 5 inches. Whereas with Gafford and Clay, now you gotta, I don't know. Where do you slot that in? You're starting Moody. Then you're gonna, I know, I mean, Bruce probably wouldn't vote for this. I'd have to have a debate with him. But Bruce, if you're still up and listening to this, would you want Clay to come in and take Will Richards' minutes? You know? I don't know. Where do you fit Clay in the rotation? Because he replaces Buddy. I just don't see this fitting as well. And then the even worse fit on the cap sheet, you know, does Will Richard get benched or for Clay? On the cap sheet for MPJ cap sheet issues, you would, his contract ends nicely. But how do you, like, what are you sending? I guess you could send the first rounder for this year. I guess you could do that. Eric G is very adamant that we keep the 2026 pick. So with MPJ, I guess you send out JK and 38 million Moody and Buddy, and you get Michael back, MPJ back. So Buddy is 22 plus 11, it's 30, 22 and a half, 34 plus 9 is 43, and we get MPJ and 34, 43 and a half. 43 and a half. No, we can't get Dayron. I'd love it if we got Zaire back. I might do that deal. Let me see. 6, that's 44 million. That's too much. Send him Trace. Cam Thomas. How about, nah, that doesn't work. He's going to be unrestricted. Oh, Haywood Highsmith. There you go. Yeah, that's not bad. All right. Okay, I'm on the fence. And Buddy for MPJ 38 and Haywood. These are tough ones. We're going to do this in the live stream tomorrow. Pool party. Oh, man, really? We can't give away a decent defender. MPJ's a good rebounder. All right. Let's see if the Steve Kerr one is ready to go. Yeah. Let's run a commercial break real quick. Let it go let it ride for 60 seconds. Come back for entire Kerr post-game video. And here is your commercial coming up right about now. Let's check Discord for those of you who did not get forced a YouTube ad. I don't know if it's been a minute or not. It's funny though, we didn't get Steph first, but Draymond's at the podium, obviously, as you can see. But let's go through our Discord one by one and just make sure we didn't miss anything. Got a little bit of Melton. I cannot play that as we're still on YouTube right now. Here's a little bit of Steve. Oh, we already saw this where we are halfway. And we saw that already. So cool. We can kind of just move on. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And I think that's it. I hope. Yep. Okay. So now we can go all the way down to Draymond. And if you want access to our Discord, it's in the pinned comment. Just check the pinned comment. Here's Draymond.
Well, early on in your career, you don't really know. You just know it's a little harder at the time. And you want to go to the gym a little bit less that day. And the walls start to close in on you a little bit more. I told the guys after last game, I showered and got out so fast after last game. And I told them in the locker room, I said, I just want y'all to know I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I know people are going to see I left quick. I just need to get out of here. These walls are closing in on me.
Because you're old. That's the stark realization that we need to understand.
Because after that Clipper game, I was beat up. So all last week, every day I was in here 2 hours, just really getting myself, one day in between games, so just getting my body back to a place where I feel good going out on the floor, and I was a little beat up after that game. So that was a few-day process of actually just hammering away at different things. And so even on the off days, like, I was here for a couple hours. And then after the game, I sprinted out because it just felt like I was in a casino or jail or something, like the walls are just closing in on me. And so you feel it, like, and early in your career, I remember a friend of mine came to my room. We were in LA. He came to my room and I had a 3:30 bus, and it probably was 3:05, and I was just sitting there staring at the wall. He's like, man, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know, but I'm exhausted. And so you start to figure it out, and as you get older, you learn how to manage it a little more. But like, I bet you Will Richard head is spinning. Like, he don't know whether he's going left or right, up or down right now. Like, it just happens. And what it is, for those that don't know, is like, you can't quite see the beginning of the season. It was too long ago. Can't quite see the end. It's too far away. An All-Star break also is just a little too far. And those make the dog days for you. So we're in them.
Yeah, giving the little anecdote on Will Richard, I can see how a young player might be kind of hitting the rookie wall. Okay. More Draymond.
He's putting the ball on the floor a lot more than he has in the past. But just really having that, another ball handler, playmaker. He's starting to shoot the ball really well, and obviously we know what he's capable of defensively. So just adding a different dynamic, especially to that group that he plays most of.
Draymond, just how would you assess this team at the halfway mark right now?
I think we're in a pretty good spot, figuring it out. Just really figuring out who we are as a team now that we're healthy and whole. I think it's kind of starting to come together for us to turn the corner. We're starting to feel that in.
What he meant by Will Richard is that there's so much basketball for a young player that he doesn't know what to do with himself. And we'll get the full Draymond later. Okay. Yeah, all these rumors and stuff. I think the worst part about the rumors is when people react to them. It's not so much the rumor, which I can go and vet each one of them on the cap sheet perspective. Like you have to present the actual trade if you are not the source for the rumor. Okay, so there's different jobs. So let me explain how to parse trade rumors, and quite frankly, lower your entropy and not be upset about it. Number one, understand who is a credible source. Getting your information from an aggregator is no guarantee that the person that they reference and credit actually said that. We live in an age where it's a bunch of kids running these aggregator accounts, and the kids are not trained in journalism. They're not trained in ethics. They're not trained at all. And so you're going to get misinformation. So I would caution you, when you're reading something from an aggregator, go to the source. It's quite simple. If you're lazy to do that, well, then that's on you. That's why we have our Discord, where all of these channels here are curated, especially the Dunleavy one. I'm not going to put anything on here that's not clearly written down as a rumor from a credible journalist, or I'll say otherwise, or I'll just say, hey, just look at this post, right? Everybody, this is in the free version. Just go to the Dunleavy channel and you can see an example of that. So don't get your information from aggregators, number one. If you get information from an aggregator, that should point you to do more research with the person that they credited as the source. Even Brett Siegel had to say, I didn't say that the Warriors made an offer to the Nets, and so on and so forth. So number one, understand who is a credible source. Number two, do not read the replies, especially if you're on Twitter or Threads, because those absolutely add no value at all. Zero. In fact, they make it worse. So you can't read the replies because they are just filled with emotion. And so that's why I do not allow anyone to reply on my Discord server, because it's all emotions, and emotions kill logic. Emotions kill facts. Just don't do it. That's why the Discord to me is so valuable, because it's just a fact. It's just someone credible said something, and that's it. You don't get a chance to be clouded by your emotion or somebody else's emotion, because if they're emotional, that means there's something else in their life making them emotional. You don't get emotional from basketball. Everything starts somewhere else. And usually, I'll be honest with you, usually it's some kind of childhood habit, some kind of childhood trauma, some kind of childhood thing that makes you the way that you are. And so if you get triggered by something, or if you feel like you're a victim, or if you are in a fighting mode all the time, as I was, I learned about my own self and figured myself out. I needed to remove myself from these fist fights, from these online sword battles. That's the second one. So number one, understand who is the credible source that's making this statement in the trade rumor. Number two, do not read the replies. And number three, check the cap sheet to see if it's doable, to see if a deal is doable. Now, if there's no deal and it's just Sham saying so-and-so is interested in so-and-so, well, the next step is to figure out how they would make that deal happen, just like I looked at how we would make a MPJ deal happen. So you've got to separate the two. There's the rumor, and then there's the actual transaction. Now, sometimes the actual transaction can nullify the rumor. And there's other information going on. There's the fact that the Warriors don't like to spend draft picks unless it's for Giannis, and all this contextual information. So really the third and fourth thing is always get the most context possible. The less context that you have, the worse it's going to be for you. You're going to be riding that roller coaster of emotions. The more context that you have, the more information there is to process. And in a world where we can't really predict anything, so the other solution to all this is just, all right, whatever. You said whatever. I read whatever on Twitter. People are replying whatever, but it doesn't really matter until something happens. And you can just wait for that thing to happen. That's perfectly fine as well. But even if you don't wait and you do like me and you check everything, then you're doing the extra research. But I enjoy checking everything because I need to know where things come from. Like, I need to know how we understand the world that we understand it, whether it's Newton's laws of physics, Einstein's laws of relativity, or quantum physics. I need to know where it comes from. I don't accept someone just telling me. I really want to know where it comes from. So I do have that knowledge. And now that I have that knowledge, I actually am more grateful for the world around us because of how everything has to work together. Let's see if Draymond is up and running yet. But we've got 4 minutes only, or 5 minutes, of Steve Kerr coming up for you. No Draymond just yet, but let's run Steve for a while. And here he is. Stephen Douglas Kerr, as Tom Tolbert would always say. Steve. So we are now at 3:12:15 mark. Steve, entire post-game video. put that up there, pull up the file, and let's go.
And Hound is here. Oh, I see it's been a few years. All right. You're welcome. Yeah. Who's got a question?
Steve, what's it like being on the other side of one of these games where you come in, you're playing an underman team, and you guys just dominate them all night?
Well, it's a good night to get everybody on the floor and keep Steph 24 minutes, Draymond at 22. So yeah, these are welcome nights when you can get them.
Steve, kind of a bigger picture question, but we've now reached the halfway point of the season. Just kind of where would you assess, or how would you assess where this team is right now?
I think we're in a pretty good place. We obviously have lost some games in the first half of the year that we should have won. We feel like our record should be better, but none of that matters. We got to just take care of ourselves right now and do what we can to climb up the standings. So we're playing better. We're playing pretty consistently, doing a lot of good things right now.
Melton had 23 tonight in 18 minutes. He had another big scoring game recently. Is that part of his game surprising you a little bit, like the big scoring burst he's been giving you?
Yeah, his shot has really come around. I mean, we didn't expect him to be in rhythm those first few weeks when he came back. He had hardly played for 2 years, so you can see the confidence is rising. He's a really dynamic player, explosive athlete, and really skilled, fundamentally sound, and it's fun watching him play. And yeah, I mean, the guys have total confidence in Melt.
How much can you guys really use, like, an extra score if he's willing to kind of consistently, maybe not 23 and 18 minutes, but, give you a real scoring burst? Yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of scoring, too, with Melt. It's you saw some of the attacks to the rim second half, scoring over the top of big guys. He's got a different level of athleticism. And it's a welcome kind of addition to our attack, for sure.
Steve, what makes Guy so disruptive defensively? I mean, 4 steals, and you guys had 16. That's a pretty good number. I mean, is he just, or is it instincts and just being in the right place? And
yeah, it's instincts. It's quickness. He's not he's not a kind of a traditional bouncy athletic guy at the rim, but he's really quick laterally and reads situations well. He's in the passing lanes, anticipating plays, and he gets his hands on a lot of long rebounds as well. So Guy is a really, really good player for us. He just complements the starters so well when he comes out there with them.
It seemed like Brandon was a little bit more confident at finishing at the rim tonight. I don't know if that had anything to do with their rim protecting options, but when he gets into the lane, what do you want to see out of him? What are his options there?
Well, he's got good quickness and he reads the game well. So you see sometimes where he runs right through the catch and attacks, kind of beats everybody to the spot. He's not a guy who's going to beat a whole lot of people off the dribble, but he can beat people with his cutting and reading the game. So I thought Brandon was fantastic tonight.
You guys bounced back after a tougher three-point shooting night last night. What was sort of the difference between the two games?
Ball just went in, I mean, sometimes it's that simple. We had some good looks the other night and it didn't go, and you just keep firing, and we did that. 58 threes is a lot. All right, thank you.
Okay. One of the things I'm saying in the comments, thanks SGA for the donation, and also that we just have trouble with lengthy teams like Minnesota. I think Houston full strength with KD would give us trouble, and Minnesota, obviously Minnesota. That's we saw that last year. Of course, Steph is the ultimate cheat code, but when you're the ultimate cheat code, there is an Achilles heel to that, and that is it's hard to integrate an athletic guy like JK. And that's, goes the same with Jason Tatum, Kelly Oubre. Heck, we could even say Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder didn't fit. And he's an athletic point guard. So, it's not all on Steve. Some of it is just the nature of the GOAT. I should trademark that, right? It's the nature of the GOAT. Not the nature of the beast, the nature of the GOAT of Steph. The guys like Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Kelly Oubre, Dennis Schroeder, they just don't fit. And I thought about it, I asked myself, would me in my prime, would I want to play with Steph? And I already gave you the answer in an article about one of the best Taiwanese players ever before Jeremy Lin. I think he's actually better than Jeremy Lin. Conan Chi, I played with him. And the one time that I had to defer to him all the time because I had to play the 4. There was no other person over 6 feet. And I had to guard their 6-footer who was built like a linebacker. It was a rough and tumble game on that. And I had to call up all of my knowledge of high school fundamental box outs and whatnot. And we won. I felt proud, but I never wanted to play second fiddle or third or fourth fiddle ever again. And that's the honest truth. So I wouldn't want to play with Steph just based on that. I already did play with the Steph. He's the Taiwanese Steph Curry who came before Steph. He could shoot threes. And I didn't want to play with him. I did play with him. And then after that, I didn't want to play with them. So I think there's a lot of ballers out there that don't want to play with Steph, and that's fine. I don't think MPJ wants to play with Steph, but we haven't talked about that. We will talk about that tomorrow with Dean. So, I mean, I don't think he does. And you look at, it's in our Discord somewhere. The post game that he had with MPJ had last week, it looks like he's having fun in Brooklyn. Gilbert Arenas podcast just did a thing where somebody, now I can't remember. I should have took note of it, but I usually don't put podcasts on to our Discord. But in the vein of it really helped me understand MPJ even more. I just don't see MPJ enjoying having to defer to Steph all the time. And that's fine because that's how AAU is. So this podcast, they talked about it. I think it was Jeff Teague. Yep, definitely Jeff Teague. Talking about how they hope MPJ doesn't go to the Warriors because they feel for MPJ. He was injured, had to go play for the Nuggets, go defer with the Nuggets, and now he's getting a chance to spread his wings with Brooklyn. So there's two sides to every coin. And so I'm on that side because I've been there in the local Asian American basketball community. When do you expect us to make a move? If you're asking me to guess, I would say later rather than sooner. Why? Because of Giannis. So I think later rather than sooner. They don't want to sacrifice individual performance. I'm saying that's okay. You would rather never play in BLAME. That's because you haven't been the man, Dean. It changes when you're the best player on the court. So you can't say that. Now I can say that because I've been both the best player on the court and the worst player on the court. And honestly, I'd rather be the best player on the court. It's more fun. You know, it's not all about championships. It's about the experience. And if you're getting all the girls and you're getting all the spotlight, sometimes that's good enough. You're winning the American Dream Championship. So I strongly disagree with you on that. I think we overplay the it's about sacrifice thing. Now, eventually, what you do is you mature and you learn how to become a team player because there's only so many GOATs out there. There's only so many MVPs. You're probably not going to be the man through and through and through. At some point, you reach your ceiling or you get older. And it's the same thing. You see it all the time in the NBA. So I'm glad we're having this discussion because it's not really trade related. Sort of is. But it's worth talking about. I wish there were more people on right now because this part is the most interesting part about the Warriors. It's really dissecting the Warriors. It's thoughtful, mindful, high IQ stuff that you do really need to have various aspects of experience in basketball to understand the full range, which, I mean, a lot of channels and a lot of Warriors pages just don't have that. And I should really try to purposely distance myself from those other channels on purpose, because that's what makes Let's Go Warriors unique, is not only can I give you all these different angles and then you decide. So I'm not saying that I want Dean to change and think this other way. I'm just saying respect the other perspective. I'm not saying, oh, Dean, you should feel this way. No, I'm saying Dean feels that way because X, Y, and Z. So does Steve Kerr. So by the way, you're in good company. Because the way Steve Kerr looks at the game is the same way that Dean Chambers looks at the game, and that's not a bad thing. It's just different. So back to the when do I expect us to make a move? I think it's later rather than sooner because, well, it depends. It depends. It depends on Giannis. If the deal depends on Giannis. So that's why, that's the beauty, again, that's the beauty of my idea for Jeremy Grant. The Jeremy Grant deal is mutually exclusive of Giannis. The Giannis deal would require probably, now we can't trade Jeremy after getting him right away. But the Giannis deal can be done with Jimi's salary and 4 first-round picks. Milwaukee has no picks. So there's very few teams out there that would be able to send 4 first-rounders. So maybe the next step, maybe this is something that we do tomorrow, is to look at the teams out there that can trade away 4 first-rounders and compete with us in case Giannis is available. So if your deal depends on Giannis, and the problem with the MPJ deal is that you're sending a first round pick. So you can't send as many once you've spent that. Now, do you want to do the MPJ deal? Because it will shut you out of the Giannis deal, probably. Now, I haven't done the entire research on that, and we got to see what other teams have 3 or 4 first round draft picks, because if the rest of the NBA doesn't have 4 draft picks, then we're tied with them. Although our, you know, the 2026 pick is pretty nice. So if we're spending that on MPJ and there's another team out there that has a 2026 that they can throw in, that may be more valued than us. I don't know. But if your deal depends on Giannis, then it's going to take some time. So my Jeremy Grant deal does not have a first round pick. So anything without a first round pick, you can do it sooner than later. And that means maybe Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson. Now, Yossi Goslin, I was on his podcast last week for it, but he just did another one looking at the Warriors, looking at every Pacific Division team. Sam Quinn was like, oh, no, if I'm Dallas, you don't get to have Gafford and Klay without a first round pick, Warriors. And Yossi was like, nah, they do it without a first rounder, because then you're getting rid of Klay off your books. So there was some contention. And it's a block or a charge. It's 50-50. I don't know. But I think you could convince Portland to get rid of Jeremy Grant, because that contract sucks. But we can do something with that. Okay. So that's why it depends. If the deal involves a pick, then it's going to be a deadline is my guess. I could be wrong. But if the deal does not involve a pick, you can go and trade him now, and let's get that ball rolling now, sooner rather than later. More sample size to see if that guy fits or not. Oh, I got to upload Draymond. Talk too much. But Draymond's ready to go, as is, I think Melton's after that. I'm not sure. But let's get that going, and let's see what else is available. Was it Melt or some? Oh, I mean, Podz. Yeah, Podz. So no Steph, because he only scored 7 points. He gets the night off. Pod's very smartly wearing the ski jacket, because it's freezing out there. Man, it's like 39 degrees, 42 degrees. I chose those teams because I would start and get a lot of touches. Well, yeah, there you go. Well, then you've been through the ringer. JK's been a class act. Yeah, for sure. No audio? Oh, no. Which one? What was no audio? That sucks. I mean, I could replay it, no problem. After all I'm going to do is transcribe. Here's Draymond. Oh, okay, good. Let me download Draymond. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? Oh, I haven't uploaded. Ah, my bad. Thought for sure I did. Strange. Okay, well, that'll take a while. Hope there's one more. I wonder what we did with the pregame. Yeah, we looked at a little pregame. All right, let me delete the no audio just in case anybody hops on late. Okay, is Draymond uploaded yet? Let's see. Nope, not quite there yet. Got a little Podzinski coming up. Only at 56%. Wow. Well, the good news with Draymond is he talked for 11 minutes. So we get to sit back and check it out for 11 minutes. What's up there? Lee Farnus, LFN. Best player on the make a trade where we have less salary coming back. We don't need to send out a pick. Yeah. Let's check Discord. Here again is our Discord stuff. By the way, thank you, SGA Sports Talk. Cool. Screenshot that. Actually, I should screenshot it with what we were talking about, which is this one. And also, don't forget, free Discord. All right, let's look at Discord. Let's scroll down, catch up. It's the NBA. Oh, Jimmy. Let's go to Jimmy because still uploading. NBA's dog days. All right, Jimmy, here you go.
Well, it's always a blessing to be able to play basketball in the best league in the world. Let's not forget that. But then, you know, I think anywhere from like after Christmas, somewhat like January all the way up to like the All-Star break, it gets really repetitive. And I think you just got to put your head down, get through it, compete, try to win as many games as you can. But the dog days are amongst us.
How would you assess just where y'all are at the halfway point of the season?
Mediocre.
What needs to change?
We need to win more games, lose less games.
Nothing except you need more length. And I don't know where that's coming from, but you guys are old. But that's okay. It is what it is.
That's just where we are. I think it's the worst place to be. Is to be mediocre, because like, yes, it can go either way, but like, nobody wants to be just average. Nobody wants to be average.
What's Melton giving you right now?
A headache. That's what he's giving me, because him and Buddy, they be in cahoots. They're like friends and stuff. So now he automatically on my bad side because he like Buddy.
What do you say about me?
You see that?
What do you say about me?
See, he eavesdropping. That's and now he's trying to rub off on Milton. But the one thing I will say about Milton is making shots right now. He's being hella aggressive. We like that he's guarding at a high level and he's giving us another option that we can rely on. So we want him to keep being that. Talk less to Buddy.
Talk less to Buddy. The other thing is Dean. Dean says, maybe score more than the other team. One thing I suggested was for the old men, give it your all at tip-off. Just do it. We'll be fine. Like, we'll be fine later parts of the game, man. Just trust the young guys. Don't you think that's part of it? Trusting the young guys and not having to, pace yourself dude, don't worry about that. If you're tired, just tell the coach. Say, look, you know what? I suck today. I'm old. I'm tired. Let Guy play. Let Podz play. Or actually let Guy play because it's either Jimmy or Draymond. Who else would take their spot? You've got to win those minutes. Actually, I would let the only guy that can take the first 4 minutes off is Jimmy, because we need him for his rotation with 3 minutes. The only guy who shouldn't is Jimmy for the last 3 minutes of Q1 and Q3. Steph and Dray have to come out, especially Draymond. So no more pacing yourself. No more just like, no. You got to treat every team like OKC. You got to really come out strong. Every team. Go ahead and give it your all first quarter. I mean, Steph. Actually, I mean, Draymond. Actually, it's just Draymond. Because Steph can turn it on pretty much whenever. So it's just Draymond. I think we found the key to the team. It's whether or not Draymond is overall good. Let's take a look at tonight's box score. Jump it back to today, wherever that is. You can get so lost on the NBA website. But box score, let's take a look at Draymond. Plus 10 points, 7 rebounds. Yo, he had no assists. Is that somewhat shocking? Plus 10 despite the 6 turnovers. Let's see what Draymond had to say about those turnovers. My bad. I totally forgot that we have a show to run here. Let me download that. And let's see if anybody else went to the podium. I doubt it. Nope. So we're only going to get Podz. Honestly, Podz is so boring at the podium. Man, if I could talk to his dad one more time. So it's like, no, we had Jimmy. Ooh, 5 minutes and 41 seconds of Jimmy. I would say, oh, please, John, can you tell your son to be just more introspective on the podium, please? Here's Draymond. Sorry for the delay. Rename that.
Tushes. Who rock moves and make moves with other mommies. Back at the club, sipping my wet is where you find me.
Melton had 23 tonight. He had 22 recently. What he's doing a little bit more than maybe even in the past as a scorer, what is that kind of giving this team?
I think he's putting the ball on the floor a lot more than he has in the past. But just really having that, another ball handler, playmaker. He's starting to shoot the ball really well, and obviously we know what he's capable of defensively. So just adding a different dynamic, especially to that group that he plays mostly with.
Draymond, just how would you assess this team at the halfway mark right now?
That's a favorite.
I think we're in a pretty good spot, figuring it out. Just really figuring out who we are as a team now that we're healthy and whole. I think it's kind of starting to come together for us and turn the corner. We're starting to build an identity.
On Melton, what's it been like to see him, get back to this level after the surgery and the injury?
It's great. We thought he was very important to this team before he got hurt, and obviously everything that happened. So for him to come back was a big gift for us, and to see how he's playing. Now that he's back from the injury, the minutes are starting to go up. Although he's been doing these in under 20 minutes still, although the restriction has gone up, but. It's very happy for him because I know, the work that he put in to get back.
I think you had a sequence where you deflected a pass, recovered to block a shot, rebound, then trail 3. How would you describe just like the rhythm that you're starting to develop here this month compared to last month?
I think my rhythm is a lot better. I've had the ball a lot more, which allows to find a better rhythm. And then, it's that time of season where, you start to really get into shape, where it's headed to the All-Star break, and then coming out of the All-Star break, it's a sprint to the finish line, So everything starts to usually come together after holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you start to put it together. And, I've been able to find a pretty good rhythm as of late. Just got to keep putting the work in. Making sure I'm getting my reps, days that we're not, practicing or, no games, just continue to put the work in so that the confidence is there. But overall, I feel like I'm starting to find a good rhythm on both sides.
Draymond, you said that this team is starting to find an identity. What is that identity?
I think, number one, it has to be defense. We have to be a really good defensive team because that then allows us to get out in transition, get some easy buckets, which then allows you to operate better in the, in the half court. And then the other things that's becoming our identity, I'll just let the teams figure that out. I don't want to tell them.
Draymond, Steve's referred a couple times recently to these being like the dog days of the season. Number one, do you agree that these are the dog days? And just when did you first figure that out, like in your career, that these are the dog days and how to kind of push through those dog days of the season?
Well, early on in your career, you don't really know. You just know it's a little harder at the time. And you want to go to the gym a little bit less that day. And the walls start to close in on you a little bit more. I told the guys after last game, I showered and got out so fast after last game. And I told them in the locker room, I said, I just want y'all to know I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I know people are going to see I left quick. I just need to get out of here. These walls are closing in on me. Because after that Clipper game, I was beat up. So all last week, every day I was in here 2 hours just really getting myself, one day in between games. So just getting my body back to a place where I feel good going out on the floor, and I was a little beat up after that game. So that was a few-day process of actually just hammering away at different things. And so even on the off days, like, I was here for a couple hours. And then after the game, I sprinted out because it just felt like I was in a casino or jail or something, like the walls was just closing in on me. And so you feel it, and early in your career, I remember a friend of mine came to my room. We were in L.A., and he came to my room, and I had a 3:30 bus, and it probably was 3:05, and I was just sitting there staring at a wall. He's like, man, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know, but I'm exhausted. And so you start to figure it out, and as you get older, you learn how to manage it a little more. But I bet you Will Richard head is spinning. He don't know whether he's going left or right, up or down right now. It just happens. And what it is, for those that don't know, is you can't quite see the beginning of the season. It was too long ago. Can't quite see the end. It's too far away. And All-Star break also is just a little too far. And those make the dog days for you. So we're in them. Got to find a way to get wins in them, though. But they suck. Ooh, they suck.
Speaking of defense, what do you like about Guy had 4 of you guys, 16 steals. How much does his defense coming off the bench mean to you guys? And do you guys talk about defense? Do you study defense together?
Well, I think I'm always trying to give tips that can help one be better. But Guy is just he is a ball of energy. Both sides of the ball, he rebounds. Some guys just have a knack for the ball, and Guy just has a knack for the ball. Like, he's a ball magnet, whether that's a deflection, whether that's a rebound, whether that's a tap out, on the offensive rebounds. Like, he's a ball magnet. And, he's been very disruptive for our group this year with his rebounding ability and then just being all over the court defensively. He's a smart player. And so, he reads things before they happen. Guy, we do this thing where, like, you learn about your teammates and they tell their story. And, like, he was a point guard his whole life. It makes sense because he understands the game from a different vantage point. And when you start talking steals and just having a knack for the ball, that's usually a point guard's trait, And so, he's continued to get better, continued to work on his game. He's built up the trust from not only the coaching staff but his teammates as well. And, the energy that he's been bringing to the floor for us on a nightly basis has been good.
Do you get a kick out of giving defensive tips? I mean, is that something that at this stage in your career that you really take a lot of pride in sharing your expertise?
I've always probably talked a little too much, but I do enjoy. You play this game for all these years and then you're just done. Like, where does the knowledge go? What did you do? What did you give back to those to keep it moving forward, to keep the game growing? That's all a part of it. Do you just take the knowledge home with you and it's dormant forever? And, like, that's always the interesting thing about sports to me is, like, you get older, you get less valuable. But the older you get, the more knowledge and information you have. But when everybody just kick you because your value's down, like, so then where does that information go? And then you see young guys come into the league their first, second year, and they don't have a clue, But if guys wasn't passing the knowledge back, then everyone's starting from zero. Then how do we even push this thing further and further and further ahead, So I love giving advice to young guys. Any young guy that'll listen, I'll speak to, because Pete Myers told me a long time ago, you owe it to the game to leave it in a better place than it was when you found it. And I always try to do that.
There's a very easy follow-up here then, which is, I've heard you on the podcast a little bit, but are you considering coaching more now because of all the things that you mentioned than you may have a few years ago?
As I get closer to the end, I think a little bit more about it, and I'm definitely closer than I was a couple years ago. You had asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you hell no. But as you get closer to the end, you start to think like, oh man, what is it that I really want to do? And I don't know that it's not an absolute no anymore for me. You start to learn more about it and dig deeper into it. As you get older, you get closer with the coaching staff, you start to see more, So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yes, I'm going to coach when I'm done, but I won't tell you no anymore.
And this is, just so we're clear, this is Michigan State, or this is to stay in the league, assuming that you go that path?
Michigan State or Golden State, some with a state. Not Wichita State. Hell no, not Washington State. Just playing. But, I don't know. We'll see. I still think I got quite a bit left in the tank to keep playing right now. But, like I said, it's definitely not a no anymore. I think more and more about it as I continue to go.
Always entertaining. We got one more. It's Brandon Pajemski. So here he is. And I'll get started on the transcription.
some of the keys were to tonight's win?
Same as Sacramento. Did a good job not fouling as much, make them take tough contested shots. Forced 22 turnovers, which was nice. But it always helps when you make threes.
It seemed like you were pretty decisive in the lane and at the rim tonight. When you break the paint, like what does your decision-making process look like?
Well, first depends on who's the low man for them, how early they're over. Because once you beat your man, it's just 4-on-3 and just make the right decision. Sometimes the low man's not far enough over, so I have a layup. If they are, then just kick it out.
You guys bounced back after a rough three-point shooting night the other night. Was it as simple as just making open threes, or was there more to it?
I feel like we got a lot more wide open ones tonight.
And you and Melton have like this good chemistry off the bench. What's sort of working between the two of you right now?
I mean, we can both score, both facilitate, both play defense, both play hard. So we're just trying to be sparks off the bench.
Draymond was just in here talking about how, he sometimes thinks about maybe coaching after his career's over. Do you think he'd be a good coach?
Yeah. I mean, really, really smart guy when it comes to basketball. X's and O's, how to talk to people, how to be a leader. All things you'd want in a good coach. I think he brings. So I could definitely see that in his future for sure.
How much has this homestand been good for you guys? Just get some rest and rejuvenate after like a rougher early start of the season with the
I
road?
think it's been nice just to be in a routine, not having to pack a suitcase, finding a rhythm with a game, then a day off, game, then a day off. So everybody's just find their little routine that works. And we're only halfway through it, as long as it's been. So we got 4 more to get.
Hello, what do you saw from Guy Santos? He and you always get the highest plus minus on the game.
Yeah, I think he plays really hard. Another player that just understands how to play simple basketball, whether it's moving the ball by the pass, crashing the glass. He does a little bit of everything out there, and it reflects in his plus minus, how he impacts the team.
Steve and Draymond were talking about managing the dog days of the season. Right now, you guys are kind of in it. How has you, as a player, kind of managed these this stretch of the season?
I mean, I shouldn't have to. I'm 22, young guy. Just be ready to play it every game, every day.
All right. I need to replay the Draymond beginning because he was singing Big Papa. So let's listen to that one more time just to make sure. Plus, I'm transcribing it, actually.
Shit. Who rock moves and make moves with other mommies. Back at the club, sipping my wet is where you find me.
Oops. Must have been playing that in the locker room. All right, I'm going to go now and transcribe. One last check on any other content that I missed, but I doubt it. Other than Jimmy, there might be more Jimmy. Oh, here's a Joy Cam. Let's do Joy Cam. And I can't play this because it was televised, so can't play that one. So that's it. Next live, we'll try tomorrow with Dean and I. Dean and me on trade market needs to be done tomorrow, honestly, because Jonathan can get traded tomorrow. No, today. No, tomorrow. It's already Wednesday, January 5th, 14th here, so we got 24 hours basically to get that done, Dean. So 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, I said daylight time last time. My fault. We're on Standard Time. PST right here. And if something happens, it will be Thursday, 7:00 p.m. for New York Knicks at the Warriors. Pretty sure it's the Knicks. Thanks, everybody. I don't have an outro again, so I'm just going to say goodbye. Just us, 1, 2, 3. Vicky, Mofia, basketball. F that jersey, said Buddy Hield recently. And Pat's that MFer. Take care. Just us. See you tomorrow.